Alrighty, y'all. So obviously the anniversary still continues, but I hope you guys didn't forget, because tomorrow we will finally have access to Grave. Grave is actually going to be coming into Nikke tomorrow at reset. Today's currently Tuesday, so on Wednesday at 4 p.m. EST is when Grave will be coming out, and that means we're gonna have a bunch of new videos dedicated to Grave and her supporting. Right? Obviously, I think I've done enough showcases with Cinderella. Don't get me wrong, Cinderella is a fantastic character, but her being a DPS, it's kind of a bit difficult to showcase her with everybody that you want to showcase her with. But Grave is an insane support slash DPS. She's a sub DPS, as you guys know. I'm not gonna go over her kit again. I mean, I guess I could refresh some of you guys, but I'm gonna be talking about where I think she's gonna be useful, who she's gonna be useful for, and obviously when it comes to summoning for her, should you go for dupes, like what's the game plan? I'm going to talk about that all in this video. So I guess make sure you guys subscribe and like if you want to, right? Let's try to get 2 subscribers, right? And then likes can be 2 likes, right? 2 subscribers, 2 likes, right? But let's see what we're talking about here. So obviously Grave is supposed to be an insane like DPS supporter, sub DPS character. I kind of wish that they made her an attacker, especially since her kit is damn near just her going crazy in terms of damage, right? She has infinite bullets when you use her burst skill. She gains the pierce effect. She gets pierce damage, crit rate, attack damage, pierce damage. It's so much. It's a lot. But the thing is, her whole kit works, or is basically dependent on this prediction effect running out. So once you use your burst skill, the moment this prediction effect is over, then you're able to start getting all this stuff, right? So after the prediction effect is over, then you're going to be able to get this first ability, right, where it removes 100% of the bullets, reload ratio decreased by 50%, and then again it does, where's heat immersion or whatever? Where is that heat immersion? Oh, is it immersion? Emission. Heat emission is the first skill, right? So it does that, which is this right here, and then it says only activates when heat emission or in heat emission status, right? Where she'll recover 2%. Now she needs to recover 2% of her final max HP every 1 second continuously, because during her burst skill she actually will lose 1% every 1 second for 10 seconds. So she's gonna lose 10% of her HP during her burst skill, right? Hence why after her burst skill, then she's gonna be able to heal 2% of final max HP every 1 second continuously, because you're going to be in the heat emission effect after her burst skill, essentially, right? And then again, when you are in the heat emission status, which is again after your burst skill, all allies have a pierce damage buff continuously, and then they also have burst gauge filling speed increase by 38%, which is quite crazy, right? Because that means all 5 of your characters are going to be like, you're going to get your burst skill off instantly. Like you're going to be going into your burst instantly, right? It's not necessarily a cooldown, but it's going to help you get into the actual using your burst 1, burst 2, burst 3 so fast. You guys don't even know. And then obviously where the second skill, it's more of just like DPS stuff, right? So after 15 normal attacks, a 15% attack buff towards herself, right? And then again, it removes upon reloading the ammo capacity, right? So when you reload your ammo, then this is just removed, right? But after 50 normal attacks, it'll come back essentially, right? So it's only there for a period of time. And then the second and the third overheat, so the second overheat, which is 20% attack buff, will only proc after 30 normal attacks, right? And then again, it says activates when normal hit attacks after prediction status take effects. So this first part right here in her second skill is gonna work the entire time, right? Don't get it twisted. This first part is going to work every time. Every 15 normal attacks, you're going to have this proc. But once you start reloading again, then you lose it. After the prediction status, so after a burst skill, if you attack 30 times and 60 times, then you'll get these other effects, right? Literally. So that's how that's going to work. And this is all going to reset the moment that, I'm assuming the moment that this procs, right? I'm assuming you're going to lose this the moment, you reload, or you can just keep this instantly. If you keep this and this the entire game after the first time doing it, because it doesn't say these two get removed, this says continuously, right? this says it only works after prediction status takes effect. But if you get, it says continuously. So if this and this is there for the entire game, and this is the only thing refreshing, that's crazy. Because then that's a 30% attack damage buff continuously, and attack percent by 20% continuously, right? And then again, she already gives herself crazy attack and pierce damage, and then ammo capacity, crit rate, more pierce, and the pierce effect. She's gonna be crazy, essentially. This character is nutty. That's what this is, right? A lot of characters are gonna be getting a buff from this character, and I mean a lot of characters. Every single DPS is damn near getting a buff from this character, because of the attack damage buff already, right? That's just how it is, right? Red Hood is gonna be crazy with Grave, because Red Hood has the pierce effect the entire time, right? Like from the moment you enter the battle, Red Hood has the pierce effect, right? So having someone like Grave with Red Hood, especially if she's expanding her pierce range, Grave and Red Hood is gonna be a nasty combo. Now I'm gonna talk about this in a future video, but a lot of people keep asking me about Red Hood and if she's gonna rerun. I'm gonna answer that question in a few videos with kind of like stuff behind it to somewhat back up why I believe whatever, but Grave and Red Hood is going to be a disgusting combo. Now another thing that I want to see is Grave and Asuka and Rei, because Grave is a fire character, right? If I remember correctly, Grave is indeed a fire character. Grave is a fire character, fire coding character. I don't know, I could show you guys here. Fire coding character, right? So with that, putting her with Asuka, who also guaranteed has the pierce effect when you use her burst skill, is quite crazy, right? And Asuka has the pierce effect for 25 seconds. 25 seconds. So now imagine running Asuka, who has the pierce effect and is already doing insane damage just based off her normal attack, with Grave as the burst 2 of that team, and then obviously you have a Rei on that team as well, supporting Asuka as well, right? Which is what, giving more attack damage, right? This is when you use her burst skill though, but anytime you enter burst stage 3, attack buff, right? Just for Asuka and stuff like that, right? I think Grave, Rei, and Asuka is gonna be a crazy combo, especially since Asuka, I guess, yeah, Asuka and Rei are buffing up Grave as well in her damage, right? Asuka does give a buff to fire code allies, damage done when attacking core when you enter a full burst. So that's literally just that right there, right? I would definitely say, hey, crazy combo. Yo, another great pick is actually going to be Alice. Alice is a free character now, right? A lot of people get Alice for free. You can get her through the little new permanent selection thing with the 100 molds. You do get her free from an event, not like just from the 100 molds. It's 100 ordinary recruits. This character is going to work wonders too, because she already is giving herself a charge speed, attack, the attack buff, whatever, but then she has pierce as well the entire time, right? So her and Grave together are going to be nasty. Laplace, right, and Grave are going to be nasty. She has the pierce effect, and now for 10 seconds, right? A lot of these characters are going to be so crazy with Grave, right? Like, I think Crown is a fantastic burst 2 character, right? Will Grave be better than Crown? In terms of like overall as a unit, it's kind of hard for me to say she will, because Crown has the reload speed buff and the shield, right? And just the permanent attack damage buff, basically. Like, I don't think so, but I think for the characters who have the pierce effect, Grave is going to be a better pairing with them than Crown would be, right? And I only say that because I've done a video when Mari came out comparing just regular damage dealer like buffers compared to pierce buffers towards pierce units, and I always ended up doing more damage with the pierce units, like with Mari and then the pierce character, than Crown and Litter together with the pierce character, right? And so it's kind of like it's hard. It's a bit, no, it was Litter and Mari together for the Pierce character, and then Crown and Litter for the Pierce character, and then with Mari and Litter, the Pierce character always did more. So I'm just thinking that Grave is going to make it that Red Hood, Laplace, Alice, any DPS really, but the characters that have the Pierce effect will be better, right? You guys don't have to worry. These are just little thoughts before we actually go into it, but I am going to do a lot of showcases with her and all these different DPSs. So if you guys are ready for that, stay tuned. Obviously like and subscribe. Like I said, this character comes out tomorrow, so I hope you guys are ready. I am not going to be summoning for her. Oh, I didn't even talk about the dupes and stuff. Let me finish off the video with that. So I do think you should get this character, but I don't think your dupes should go towards this character. I've seen a lot of people say, I'm gonna max limit break Grave. I don't think that should be the case. I think if you're max limit breaking one of the characters, it should be Cinderella. I think Grave should be the character you get one copy of, right? If you want to max limit Grave, then by all means, but I think it does make the most sense for you to just get the one copy of the support and then max limit break Cinderella, unless you know you're gonna use Grave every single time where it's like, okay, I want dupes for just stats and stuff like that. By all means, right? Will dupes affect Grave? Yeah, because she is going to be a DPS as well. Like, don't get it twisted. Grave is going to be a DPS at the same time as a freaking, what's it called? As a sub DPS. She's just basically just a sub DPS, right? But my thing is, she's giving herself all these little buffs, but her damage is only coming from her normal attack, right? So I think we're gonna see crazy numbers from her when we get into that burst skill, but not anything like, oh, dupes are worthy, right? I think we're just gonna see her just do more than average, the average burst 2 character in terms of damage, but don't expect her damage to be as like close to like Scarlet's or Cinderella's or Red Hood's or Alice or anything like that, because Grave is not going to be doing all that, right? So I do think it makes no sense for you to go for all the dupes in the world for this character when Cinderella is a character who dupes will benefit her in the long run. Dupes are going to give her attack, which is making her stronger. Dupes are going to give her HP, which is making her stronger, right? Like literally you want dupes for Cinderella over Grave, but that's just my low opinion. But Grave comes out tomorrow. Will I be live? Yes, but I'm not going to be summoning for her. I mean, I'll probably do a multi or two, but I'm pitying her. That was the whole plan, right? I told you guys got to prep for the anniversary because we never know what was going to happen. I prepped myself for 2 pilgrims regardless, even if it wasn't Red Hood rerun, and we got 2 pilgrims regardless, so hence why I'm ready. But it's your boy Zxous. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys thought of any crazy team combos for Grave. But it's your boy Zxous. I'm out. Like and subscribe. Peace.